We're going to do the longer one first. We read, a few months ago, some remarks from President Dwight D. Eisenhower based on the American Legion Back to God program from 1955. And I didn't know it, but he had also done a announcement broadcast February 7th, 1954. And so we're going to read that one. This is remarks broadcast as part of the American Legion Back to God program. As a former soldier, I am delighted that our veterans are sponsoring a movement to increase our awareness of God in our daily lives. In battle, they learned a great truth, that there are no atheists in the foxholes. They know that in time of test and trial, we instinctively turn to God for new courage and peace of mind. My wife just popped in and decided to smile so kindly at me. All the history of America bears witness to this truth. Out of faith in God and through faith in themselves as His children, our forefathers designed and built this republic. We remember from school days that aboard a tiny ship of destiny called the Mayflower, self-government on our continent was first conceived by the Pilgrim Fathers. Their immortal compact began with the words, "In the name of God, Amen." We remember the picture of the father of our country on his knees at Valley Forge, seeking divine guidance in the cold gloom of a bitter winter. Thus, Washington gained strength to lead to independence, a nation dedicated to the belief that each of us is divinely endowed with indestructible rights. We remember, too, that 3/4 of a century later, on the battle-torn field of Gettysburg, and in the silence of many a wartime night, Abraham Lincoln recognized that only under God could this nation win a new birth of freedom. And we remember that only a decade ago, aboard the transport Dorchester, 4 chaplains of 4 faiths together willingly sacrificed their lives so that 4 others might live. In the 3 centuries that separate the pilgrims of the Mayflower from the chaplains of the Dorchester, America's freedom, her courage, her strength, and her progress have had their foundation in faith. Today, as then, there is need for positive acts of renewed recognition that faith is our surest strength, our greatest resource. This Back to God movement is such a positive act. As we take part in it, I hope that we shall prize this thought. Whatever our individual church, whatever our personal creed, our common faith in God is a common bond among us. In our fundamental faith, we are all one. Together we thank the power that has made and preserved us as a nation. By the millions we speak prayers, we sing hymns, and no matter what their words may be, their spirit is the same. In God is our trust. The President's remarks were broadcast from the White House at 2:30 p.m. as part of the American Legion program originating in New York City. President Dwight D. Eisenhower, February 7th, 1954. Man, wonder how many high school students have ever heard that. Why isn't it read in high schools? Why don't we read it every February the 7th? Why isn't it taught? Because that history is not popular today. It's not popular to acknowledge that the God of the Bible, the Father of Jesus Christ, the Son, is responsible for every bit of freedom and liberty that we have in our nation. We can't have liberty as a Islamic nation or Buddhist nation, Hindu nation, atheist, secular nation, Jewish nation. We can only have liberty as a Christian nation, as a Christian republic.